I wanted to do kind of a response to a couple of videos that I've watched very recently, one of which went up on June 22nd. It's by a guy named Justin, aka Ryan1988, who I've been watching for several years. He also had gone on hiatus, probably for a little longer. I'm not really sure when the last video he put up was, but he just wanted to basically give sort of an update to the people who watch him on YouTube, and that he was planning on making more videos soon, and that he kind of needed to take a break from YouTube, but still really loves it a lot and has made lots of friends through YouTube. And I'm kind of the same situation. It's kind of there aren't a lot of opportunities for me to make videos for YouTube like I did in the past, be it because of work or traveling to and from work, or just not really having a lot of opportunities just to, grab some time to kind of settle in and talk on camera about whatever's on my mind. So that was just, something that kind of resonated when I heard him talk about it. Also, about 1 month earlier than that, there was a video posted on May 22nd by a woman named Kezza, who I believe is Scottish by her accent, but I could be wrong about that. Her channel's called Sky Loves Gory Movies, and she seems to know a few people that I do as well. She mentioned some people like Allie and Claire, and a couple of people named James. She might be talking about some of the same people who I know through YouTube. Her video is called Vlog Number 20, or How Doing YouTube Videos Saved My Life. If you haven't seen either of these videos, I'll have links to them in the video description, or if you've seen this video on my Facebook page, then I'll have links there as well. She was talking about how she just sort of was looking for kind of a purpose, and she decided to create a channel, but it didn't really work out because of negativity. She was a little vague on the details, but she said that with her new channel, Sky Loves Gory Movies, she could be more of herself, and that she's made lots of friends, as I have, and it's a place to share her passions. And though I have people IRL who I speak with about things, I also sort of feel like I've got sort of a forum here to talk about stuff. Particularly, of course, things that I care about, like film. So yeah, it's just sort of something that resonated with me. So I thought maybe I'd just mention them and talk about the fact that, although I haven't been making videos as much, I still want to do more of that. But yeah, when I started watching videos in 2006, I was really excited about YouTube. And as I watched more straight-to-camera videos, I got more excited about doing that, because I was watching a lot of people who were really passionate about whatever it is that they were talking about. So I started making videos in late 2008, but it wasn't until about a year later that I started sort of focusing my attention on people who were into the same stuff I was, film-related things. That's when I started sort of being part of a real community there. I would comment on people's videos, but I didn't really get a lot of viewers until I started seeking out some of the same people that are into the same stuff as me, and that's when I got more people watching my stuff and commenting back and things like that, and that was a really great time. 2010 was a real growth period for me, and things have kind of slacked off since then, as far as my viewership. But I've never really wanted to be the kind of person who would go, I need more views, I need more people, I want a huge audience, because I didn't really see the point in that. All I'm just doing is airing my opinions. I'm not trying to promote myself or a business or anything like that. I know some people have been very successful at turning their YouTube videos into an actual business. Philip DeFranco, for example. Philip DeFranco, his channel was originally called SXE Phil, and I was watching him probably back in 2009. He was doing basically the same thing, only now he's a business. You know, he's got a whole bunch of people that he works with, and his videos are his profession, I think. And I still enjoy watching him just because he's funny and he talks about a lot of interesting things. But aside from him, the people who I'm watching and the people I think who have been watching me has changed dramatically since that time. But like these guys, like Justin and Kezza, I've made a lot of friends on here, and a few of whom I've actually met IRL. I met Gray, 1951, a few weeks ago when he was in town, and the former V Rose Be Happy, who I've been good friends with for quite a while now. Got to visit her a couple times where she lives, and she came here one point, and we got to hang out on those occasions, which was great. And also a fella named, oh boy, it's been so long since I've talked with him now. Inner DVD Pattern, right? The Inner DVD Pattern. I got to visit him once, and of course a lot of the people who I know through YouTube I'm Facebook friends with as well, which is cool. And in July I'm going to have a chance to meet another guy through YouTube who I greatly admire, so that's going to be really cool. Yeah, like I said, these are a couple of videos that I just sort of wanted to respond to, and felt similarly to. So I wanted to say hello to those people and just air my own thing right here. But it's been kind of a weird last few months for me. My living situation has changed pretty dramatically, and work situation, and there are very few people that I'm actually physically hanging out with, actually going and spending time with in my off time, which I don't have as much of as I used to. And that's a good thing, because I'm working more, whereas before I wasn't working hardly at all. But even when I was able to maintain sort of a steady diet of both IRL and online friendships, and nowadays it's just like everything is more limited with my YouTube output, but more limited with my commenting, and that's unfortunately Google Plus's fault because of that whole debacle from a couple years ago. So my interactions with people, hanging out with people in the real world and in the virtual world is all sort of like been cut down some. So here's my outlet right here. Here is my little outlet for talking about stuff that interests me and airing opinions and what have you. But because of logistics, I'm just doing that less. And I'd like to be doing more, of course. It's just that kind of thing. It was really weird when she came to the door because I've been talking on YouTube, on camera here for a couple minutes, and she calls to me through the door. I'm like, whoa, I can't believe I'm talking so loud that the people across the hall are actually being woken up by what I'm doing right now. That's crazy. But that wasn't actually the case. This is going to be going up soon, and more videos to come later. I think I'll upload them all at once, but then post them one at a time. Actually switch them over from unlisted to public one at a time, just so that people aren't bombarded with a whole bunch of me. Also, as far as watching YouTube videos go, because I don't spend as much time online, now I've got this whole playlist of like 80 videos that I want to watch as a watch later list. And it's really simple. You go through your subscriptions, your newest ones, and you look and see which videos you're most interested in seeing, and you just sort of click in the lower right hand corner, and it automatically adds that video to a playlist on your channel called Watch Later. So I've got about 80 videos on my Watch Later list that I have to get to at some point. Anyway, that's what's up with me right now. A video on Marvel is coming up, and a video on, what was the other thing I was talking about the other day? Can't remember. Well, anyway, some new stuff coming up soon. Oh, and also, when I spoke with Gray 1951, when I had lunch with him recently, he's like, I really like your series on the past 20 years, and I hope you continue on with that, because you're giving me a lot of titles to consider looking at, giving a chance to. So I'm like, that's great. Those videos take kind of a long time to do, but I'm glad that a few people are getting something out of them. And actually, I got a comment basically on one of my last videos there about that, that kind of made me go, gee, do I need to sort of reevaluate which movies I'm talking about? Because originally when I made my lists, they were all sort of geared towards my own tastes versus other people's tastes. And having a list like that really means my own tastes are represented heavily. But then there's sort of the Reese factor, I say, not just with Ms. Witherspoon and her films and the best of her stuff, but also people who I'm more inclined to be interested in. And there's a heavier weight given to their films versus everyone else's. So I went through the list and I'm like, do I really need all these Soderbergh films on the list? Nah, I should just include the best ones. And, maybe I don't need so many of this or that or what have you, and I could just make my list a little more general friendly rather than Scott friendly. Don't need that many of this particular movies from this particular type of person. Who else am I thinking of? Coen Brothers? Yeah, it all came about a comment about a Coen Brothers movie that I recommended that some people really didn't like. And I go, okay, well, I just felt it was, one of the movies that I liked more than some of their other ones, but perhaps not as much as some of their most acclaimed films. So I just was like, these are my lists, it's all my opinion. But still, I got a little bit self-conscious about my recommendations, just because I'm like, am I recommending movies that no one likes but me? I don't think that's actually the case. But still, it just made me sort of think twice about some of the ones that I had on my list. So I went through my list again and sort of second-guessed a lot of them, which is why I haven't made one of those videos in a little bit. But I want to start up that series again soon, just because it's been so long since I've done the last one. I'm already halfway through. The last list I posted was for 2004. And so I still need to do 2005 through 2014, and I want to. So that'll be soon. Anyway, talked enough about what I'm going to do, and now it's time to do it. So, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again real soon.